Hello, this is Video Game Fan 96 here, and welcome to another segment for Come and Party with Nick. In the last segment, I played Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and that was a lot of fun. And so now, it is time for me to play Shadow Generations as another part for the segment for this kind of birthday celebration. When this gets belated birthday special celebration, excuse me on that. In which case, I will not be skipping any of the cutscenes. Trying to make things extra special. Also, by the way, I was meaning to do this kind of stream earlier this morning, Nick. Also, there's an echo, so I just want to make sure I hear my voice. Anyway, but yeah. So, anyways, I was meaning on doing this kind of stream earlier this morning, but something happened this morning that I was not in the best of moods. And then on top of that, other things went on today, and so I couldn't find the time to stream until now. Otherwise, if it wasn't for that, I more likely would have streamed this already by now. But anyways, yeah. So anyways, but I guess this is gonna be a longer stream. I will type in test right about now since everybody watching the stream. So anyways, let's do new game. And we are not saving on the first file. Yeah, we are not going to be saving on the first file. Due to the fact that that it is my personal save file that I 100%ed, so I'm obviously not going to want to save over that. However, I'm going to save onto the second file. And yeah, and we'll go from there. So yeah. Here we go. So anyway, yeah, so here we go. Slot 2. We're gonna save onto this file. And so yeah, I hope you enjoy the special Come Party with Nick, because Shadow Generations, I think it's a pretty fun game. Although, it is gonna be kind of weird looking back, coming back to this on the PS4. The reason why I'm saying that though, guys, because I do have a Switch 2 version of this game. And in which case I played the game on performance mode, which makes the which makes the game run at 60 frames per second, unlike 30 frames per second that is on PS4. So it's gonna be kind of weird playing through this game. You know, with 30 frames per second. But hey, gotta, you know.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
It's gonna be kind of weird going back to this kind of game. With 30 frames per second. But
Shadow.
But this game is still pretty fun.
Do you copy?
Shadow here.
Also, if I do get interrupted, midstream, then I'll continue playing the game, but where my mic is muted.
Birthday party.
Because I'm saying that though, guys, because considering what happened today, I'm kind of expecting my mom and my mom's boyfriend to call me back later on today, so we'll see.
I'm not leaving until I eliminate any possible threat.
There's free food.
Yeah, Shadow doesn't care about the free food right now. Yeah, I love Shadow Generations, probably more than Sonic Generations. But, anyways, yeah, now it's time to go to the Space Colony Arc. Yeah, here we go. Let's have a good time.
Got you now. I won't let you get away. Yeah.
Yeah, not sure why I went back. Not sure why I went back to go grab it. When this isn't even 100% playthrough. Anyways, I don't know why I went and grabbed it. When this is not 100% playthrough. But yeah, Shadow Generations, pretty good game all around. You know, where you have boost, and you gotta use the control, the correct timing here, all that good stuff. Really fun gameplay all around, you know. I still go as far as say Sonic Generations is still my second favorite Sonic game, but I love Sonic Unleashed. Sonic Unleashed is my also favorite Sonic game. And funny enough, as I speak, I actually might do a Let's Play or whatever of you know, of Sonic Black Knight along with Sonic Unleashed or whatever. I'm actually doing playthroughs on those two games on my channel. So look forward to those on my channel, guys, because, you know, hey, I'm a big Sonic fan, so obviously, of course, I'm going to want to cover them on my channel. I mean, technically, I already did cover Sonic Black Knight on my channel, like, years ago. Yeah. But you're not going to find those videos then anymore, because those streams are long deleted, so, yeah, so you guys are not going to find those videos here on this channel anymore.
Dude, this is the ultimate power.
I like that sound effect.
All right.
Also, because this is not 100% playthrough, I'm not even going to bother opening the treasure chest. This is not 100% playthrough. Because after all, this is going to be an any percent playthrough, where I play the game to have fun. You know, I don't care about getting all the collectibles. And besides, I already collected all the collectibles twice in this game. Once on the PS4, and once on the Switch 2. So I already 100% of this game twice. And yeah, so for those who haven't played Shadow Generations, you know, on the Switch 2 on performance mode, then yeah, give it a shot. Because it runs at 60 frames per second, so it's still fun. And hello, Asante, can we do fan 3? AK Virtual Time, Luke, AK Video Game Fan 5. Welcome to stream, hope you enjoy it, you know. So, anyways, so now it is time for. Okay, no, okay, I thought it was gonna pop up. You'll see what I'm talking about really shortly, right now. Yeah, the Black Doom! Or in this case, Doom's Eye, but yeah, Black Doom! From the Shadow Hedgehog game. Yeah. What's up? Get back in the ass. Yeah, sorry guys, that is my terrible Black Doom impression, especially near the start, but yeah, I don't care what people says about the Shadow the Hedgehog game. I don't care. I love the Shadow the Hedgehog game. I love it. I mean, okay, it's not that I love it. I mean to say that I like the game. Matter of, I wouldn't even go as far as say that Shadow the Hedgehog game is my all-time favorite Sonic game, nor would I say it's one of my favorites. Matter of, I go as far as to say I can tell you why people don't really like it all that much. To me though, maybe I'm nostalgia blind, but the Shadow the Hedgehog game I believe was one of the first, if not the first, 3D Sonic game. Or in this case, 3D Shadow game. But I think it was like one of my first 3D Sonic games that I played. Not first Sonic game of all time, mind you, but I think it was one of the first 3D Sonic games that I played. So I might be nostalgia blind. But I still like the Shadow the Hedgehog game. And it's kind of funny because as I speak, Come&PartyWithNick, he's actually doing like a 326 all storyline type deal, where he basically does all 326 endings. Technically, there's only 10 endings, 11 endings if you count the 2 ending. But but where he's basically doing 326 endings as we speak. It's kind of funny too, because I believe that Sonic 128 Fan 3 also did that too, I believe. So yeah, we're on to the first, we finished the first stage, and I got my first S rank. Which I'm honestly kind of surprised about that, because I thought for sure I would have gotten an A rank at best, but no complaints here. Like I said, the Shadow Dutch game, yeah, it's definitely not the best, Sonic game, far from it, but, you know, it's fun. I like the gunplay in the game, because yes, the game does have guns in the game. There is minor swearing, specifically the word damn, because they think saying the word damn is so cool and edgy and over the top. But, you know, I know a lot of people hate that game, but, you know, that's just what I like
Tails
this one.
made to foil the Doctor's plans. Even I have a
Because
hard
I do
time
have the game on
distinguishing
GameCube.
between the two of them.
And also, I do apologize on talking through these cutscenes. I apologize. I'll try not to do that too much during this playthrough. Well, so I say, and I'm still talking. Oh boy. And now we got the time eater. You know, so. Because basically, to those who don't know, this game's storyline takes place during the events of Sonic Generations. It takes place during the events, so now we're onto the 3D world of White Space with the Omega and all them. And also, guys, I'm not gonna bother talking to these characters, or at least by pressing triangle. But you know, like I said, I'm still not gonna skip the cutscenes or anything like that. Like I said, unless I accidentally do it. But you know. But now that Space Colony Arc Act 1 is done, now it is time to do Space Colony Arc Act 2. Because every zone has 2 acts in this game. Basically, Act 1 is a 3D stage, while Act 2 is the 2D stage. And all, you know, except for Radical Highway, because both of them are 3D. And also, to those who are curious, that's basically the thing right over there. I'm not gonna do it because I already did it on my channel. But it's basically the thing is to promote the Sonic movie 3. But I'm not gonna do that because again, I already shouldered off. So. Damn it. Well, the thing also, by the way, you guys, this game does not have any lives. Yeah, it's like not even in the options. I would have rather preferred it. If this game had lives. At least that's a toggleable option. You know, because Sonic Generations, there's a toggleable option. So why not the same for Shadow Generations? You know. I would have loved that, because I prefer lives in my platformers. I mean, if the game is really good and has no lives, then okay, fine. I mean, look at Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends. But those two games, they don't have. That game has no. Those two games have no lives whatsoever. But yet they still remain fun and well designed and fun. So you know, just because the game doesn't have lives doesn't mean I'm gonna hate it. And it's kind of why I'm actually interested in doing getting Kirby's Epic Yarn now. Especially since I became a Kirby fan sometime last year. So I kind of do want to get it for my Wii U. I mean, technically the game is on the Wii, but I have a Wii U, not a Wii, so, you know. Oh, damn it, why did I do that? Why did I use Chaos Control there? Boy, am I an idiot. I don't know why I used that there. But yeah, I haven't played this game in a bit of a while. I think the last time I played this game, I believe, was sometime after I beaten the game on the Switch 2. But even then, that might have been like months ago. I don't remember. All I know is that I did have. All I know is that I did. That at the time when I got that game, I was still on Weekend Gamer, but I decided to take a break. on it. I'm not gonna say reasons why, but all I'm really gonna say is I just wanted to improve myself. That's all. That's all I'm gonna really say in that regard here. So now it's time for the Doom Wings, which unfortunately doesn't show up until Radical Highway. So technically we're using it now, but we won't be able to use it again until Radical Highway, which is basically at the end of the game, pretty much. Okay, why? Okay, there we go. Martin, okay, let's go. This way, Shadow. We gotta go that way. Yeah, maybe I'll do my Black Doom impression again later on during this playthrough. But you know, yeah. Like I said, I don't think it's as bad as people says it is. Of course, I'm gonna try to do the best I can and not say that throughout the entirety of the stream here, especially since I'm saying it constantly. But you know, well, what can I say? I mean, yeah, the Shadow the Hedgehog game isn't perfect. No game is. No game is perfect. But you know, every game has issues. But you know, so now we got a rank S, and you'll be able to tell if you got an S rank, because Shadow, he'll like do some kind of running animation and he'll do a flip. So you'll be able to easily tell when you got the S rank or not. Also, to those who are curious, I also did like this boss, but undefeatable plays or whatever, something similar to that. So
What was that?
yeah, there's
power?
that.
I've never done anything like that before. It's not something I should normally be able to do, yet it felt natural. What could be causing these mutations?
Maria, wait.
Maria? No. She's gone. I'm seeing things. Maria!
Shadow, I beg of you. Please, do it for me.
Maria?
For all the people on that planet. Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog.
I need to stay focused. Deal with the problem at hand, not chase dreams.
Also, for the record, Shadow is one of my favorite Sonic characters ever. One of my favorites, anyway, along with Cream and Tails. So I've always liked Shadow. I think when especially when I first saw him in like Sonic X or whatever. But now it's time for the Doom's gear, yeah, you know. So anyways,
Close to me.
so yeah, so of course, for those that haven't watched my Shadow the Hedgehog stream, Shadow Generation stream, full story kind of stream. If you guys haven't seen that, basically what these are is they help Shadow get the Doom powers. And in which case, these are pretty much unlocked after every two zones or something like that, I believe. I think with some exceptions, like this one as an example. It's like here we got the Doom Spear. Which, funny enough, on my playthrough, you know, for the full story one, what I did was I did it the Mega Man type deal that I like to do, where it's like, by finding that, we got, and then I say the Doom Spear, you know, stuff like that. Cause I basically like do like how it is in Mega Man, so it's like, by defeating Metal Man, we got the Metal Blade. So you know, there's that. So now it is time for Rail Canyon. That's up next, and which is basically from Sonic Heroes, just like how the Space Colony arc from from Sonic Adventure 2. Also, guys, I probably already said this before, but if I'm gonna say it anyways, that yeah, I don't really care for Sonic 2. You know, it's a fine game. Don't get me wrong, but aside from the Shadow Garden and the Sonic and Shadow stages, aside from those things, I don't really care for the other much. Although that's not exactly huge. I do like the soundtrack. That's my fault. But I do like some of the songs in Sonic 2, like City Escape, where you know, yeah, rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow, that kind of stuff. Alright, so yeah, you know. But of course, not everybody is gonna be into that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, I guess I could have used Chaos Control there, so I could have been on the rail. But oh well. Like I said, this isn't 100% playthrough anyway, so I really don't. I could care less, or I couldn't care less. I guess you know, in terms of, I think I couldn't care less. But whatever, doesn't matter on the word. And for the record, Shadow Generation, if you're playing it casually, yeah, this game I believe is actually shorter than Sonic Generation because it has less stages, but you know, but it makes up for that with fantastic level design, and it also makes up for it with other stuff to find in the levels. And also, what am I doing? Okay, what the heck am I doing? Oh, duh. But yeah. But like I said, it makes up for it with great level design and a bunch of collectibles to collect as well. It makes up for it. Also, I'm not doing that, by the way. The game's doing it automatically because that's a cutscene.
You again.
At least it's better than Sonic Forces. Or Sonic Forces, do they have like cinematic like things in Sonic Forces mid-level? But the level design is so boring that I don't really care. I mean, of course, I'm gonna try the best I can to not rant about Sonic Forces too much during this live stream. But all I'm really gonna say is I really hate that game. I mean, clearly I know it doesn't seem like I hate the game, considering that I mentioned that I hate Sonic Forces, I believe, in the previous stream or whatever ago. But I just can't stress enough of how much I hate Sonic Forces. I mean, to those of you who like Sonic Forces, good for you guys. I'm glad that you guys like it. But to me, I genuinely hate Sonic Forces. I really do. But I'm not gonna rant about it too much in this stream, simply because I wanna, you know, try to be positive during this live stream. Just like how you know, with Shadow, where Shadow's yeah, Shadow does feel kind of stiff to control, but you know, but Shadow doesn't control too bad. I know some people will hate Shadow Generations because it doesn't control well, and that you know, they basically find Shadow too stiff to control and stuff. And you know, opinion valid. I could definitely see where people are coming from. And I can definitely kind of agree that he controls stiff, a little bit stiff, but again, I don't think he controls that bad. I think he controls okay, but again, I guess the controls could be a little better. At least in terms of the movement wise. And you know, I do love the boost style. I do like the boost style of Sonic. It is actually my preferred play style in terms of 3D Sonic games wise. Although I don't really mind the classic Sonic games, and I don't really mind the adventure style gameplay either, you know? Unless like Sonic Boom, but you know, I mean Sonic Boom, it was kind of adventure style gameplay, but not really. But even that, yeah. So to those who are curious, no, I wouldn't recommend Sonic Boom Rise of the Lyric either. Nor I also do not recommend Sonic Boom Shadow Crystal either. The only Sonic Boom game that I would recommend is you know, Sonic Boom Fire and Ice. That's the only Sonic Boom game I would recommend getting. Sonic Boom Fire and Ice. It's Sonic Boom Rise of the Lyric. We all know how that game is. It's glitchy. You know, You know, the glitches galore, among other problems that the game has. Sonic Boom, also another thing, awesome. A Sonic Boom, Shattered Crystal. I mean, it is an improvement, but they want you to collect like a lot of the collectibles just to even, you know, progress, and I don't like that. While Sonic Boom Fire and Ice, the collectibles are completely optional. You could probably beat the game without collecting a single collectible, I think. But don't quote me on that though, guys, because it has been such a very long time since I played Sonic Boom, Shadow Crystal, and Sonic Boom, Fire and Ice. I did try to play Sonic Boom Fire and Ice, or sorry, Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, like recently, like I think like a month ago or whatever, but it's just blech. But I just can't stand Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. I mean, like, like, I mean, maybe when I can find the downtime, maybe I'll play, you know, Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, but you know. And also, those that are curious, this does have Bullet Station type music. You know, yeah, it does have Sonic, it's basically like a remix. Yeah, it's basically like a remix of Bullet Station from Sonic Heroes. Which makes sense though, because Bullet Station is basically Act 2 of Rail Canyon and Sonic Heroes as well, so. And I actually prefer Bullet Station, anyway. And as for Sonic Heroes, I do like Sonic Heroes as well. I would prefer to say it's one of my favorite Sonic games as well. Yes, it does have spiritual features, like for example the grinding, where you can easily fall off the grinding rails and stuff, but you know. But I think Sonic Heroes is pretty fun. Really, really fun. Also, what did I do with Cat Control there? Okay, what is those my reflexes? Good lord. And it's funny too, because I had a soda earlier not long ago, which may I add it has caffeine in it, so I should have like better reaction time honestly. But I guess that's what I get for being so. But I guess that's what I get for not paying attention. So anyway.
This is the ultimate power.
You may as well do that, so that way the thing doesn't destroy the rails. So may as well do that. Whoa! I almost got hit by that. Wow. That was a close call, I'd say, there, Shadow. I don't know. And also, fun fact, okay, not in this game, but in the Shadow the Hedgehog game, the person who played, you know, Black Doom in the Shadow the Hedgehog game, the person who played, I don't know his name, but he's the same person who played as Goku in the 4Kids dub, I think. So take that as what you will. He must have pretty good range, where he's like, "Oh, I am Goku" or whatever, and then he makes it, and then for Black Doom, where he makes his voice like super low pitched or whatever, deep pitched or whatever, and then it's like, oh, good job, Shadow. I can't believe it. Anyway, but anyways, oh yeah, I guess I won't skip the cussing, but I just like how he goes, oh.
Hello, Shadow.
Please don't smash
All right, I'll try to calm it down on the Black Doom impression. I'll try to watch it. I'm saying it a bit constantly now. But yeah, Orbot and Coopbot are also here. And really, you basically, yeah, if you want 100% the game, you need to collect those, bolt things or whatever. You know, because they give you like some kind of song or whatever if you collect all the bolts, which you use them on the rocket.
Calls to me.
All right. So here we're gonna get another Doom power. You know, it's Shadow Generations, and obviously we're gonna be collecting yet another Doom power.
No. No.
Oh, and so the Doom Blast, and no, it's not Chaos Blast either, but I kind of wish it was. Okay, now we're on to this stupid garbage. Okay, now I know it's okay, maybe it's not, well, see, it's similar to Sonic Generations, but, like, here's the thing, though. In order to collect, you know, the key, you have to do both of the challenges if you want the key. It's not like how it was in the Sonic Generations where you only do one or the other, and then you get the key. No, you have to do both these challenges if you want to get it. Which, in my opinion, is pretty stupid game design. And I don't know why they thought it was a good idea. It's like here, for example, we need to use the power of Chaos Control to reach the goal time. You know, see, like, I mean, I don't really mind, like, these, challenges themselves. I don't mind doing these. It's just, oh, whoops.
Chaos Control!
See, again, I don't mind doing these. I really don't mind. I really don't mind doing these. But it's the fact that you gotta do both of them in order to get the key. And you need to get 3 keys. You need to get 3 keys. You have to get 3 keys in order to take down the boss. Just like how it is Sonic Generations. But the difference is, for Sonic Generations, you only have to do one of them. To get the key. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea, but it is what it is. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna get the S rank, but again, I don't care. At least I should be getting the A rank, no problem.
Let's do this.
Let's do this, even though that's funny. Oh, let's do this, and then come to find out, yeah, it's like, oh, let's do this, and it's like, Shadow, you just did it. Yeah, and also compared to the Switch 2 version as well, the PS4 version does have quite a bit of loading times too. Like they're longer than the Switch 2 version. And so now, because I don't care for 100%, I'm not even gonna bother touching those bells, because, you know, again, this is a 100% playthrough, so again, I really don't care. Because to collect a set number of dash rings, reach the goal in time, so, you know. So here, for example, we need 45 of them dash cannons or whatever, to, you know, to get to pass the stage. Because even if you're one short, you're not going to be able to you know, beat the challenge. Which makes sense, but I'm just saying, you know, yeah, you cannot be one short. You cannot be one up. You gotta make sure you get all of them. Because if you don't, well, that's pretty much it. So you gotta get 45 of them. Like, I don't know if there's like 45 like in the actual stage, or if there's more than that. Okay, jeez Louise, stop doing that, Shadow. Good lord. So again, I don't know if like there's like only 45 like in the Okay, there's clearly more than 45. Okay, there's clearly more. There's clearly more. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, what? Oh, wow, barely got the S rank too. Barely. Again, I don't care about the S ranks. I really don't care. But anyway, but yeah, like I said, there are 3 keys. And once you get the 3 keys, you can go on to the boss. The boss. I kind of said that a little bit weirdly. I said it like boss. And not like boss, like Anyway, so let's get myself the key and let's go on to the next one. Woohoo! Alright, let's go and let's continue on with the fun of Shadow. Which is like here, for example, and destroy the targets with the Chaos Spear. And so basically here I gotta destroy 25 of them, for example. Yeah, usually when it comes to these kinds of missions, it's usually a good idea to hold triangle. You know, and then you know, so yeah, good idea to hold triangle, and then once the targets appear, then let go of it. So it's a good idea to make sure. Also, how did I not get hit there? But yeah, it's a good idea to make sure that you hit that you hold the triangle button quite a bit throughout these kinds of you know, challenges. So this way, you know, you know, you'll be able to hit them. So that's what you gotta do, you know. That's what you gotta do. So like here, for example, I did manage to get 25 of them now. So I should be good to go unless I fall out of the stage. Because I'm gonna assume if I fall off the stage, I have to redo the entire, you know, challenge. And also, almost barely got the S rank, just barely. Because on the Switch 2 version, I believe I also even did the hard mode bosses too on the S rank. I believe, you know, Shadow Generations. Yeah, I would definitely prefer, yeah, so probably a good idea to get on the Switch too. But otherwise, you can also get like an Xbox Series S or X or whatever, and which I'm gonna, and also PS5 too, because I'm gonna assume that you know, that those versions also have a performance mode. But for versions like PS4, Xbox One and stuff, they're not gonna have a performance mode because I'm gonna assume though, if you try to force the PS4 versions and stuff like that, I'm gonna assume that if you try to force it to run, I'm gonna assume that if you try to force it to run at 60 frames per second, I'm gonna assume that the game is just gonna break. Because that's what I remember hearing for the original Persona 5, where if you try to okay, how did I not get hit there? But yeah, if you try to force the original Persona 5 at 60 frames per second instead of 30, apparently from what I heard, the game starts glitching out, or the game starts having issues. Or at least that's what I heard anyway. So yeah, don't take my word on it, but that's just based on what I'm sure. Just do Persona 5. If you try to force it like that, and like I said, I'm assuming it's the same thing too. If you try to force, you know, the Xbox One or PS4, you know, stuff like that, and the original Switch, I'm assuming that if you try to force it to run at 60, I'm gonna assume it's just gonna break. Especially since, you know, them consoles are not built for 60 frames per second. Because I'm gonna assume that the consoles are gonna like heat up even more. I mean, I'm being somewhat funny, but at the same time, not really. But with that being said, you got the key now. So now it is time to go to the Space Colony Arc and get one of our glorious keys. So let's go ahead and do that now. Go to Space Colony Arc. Whoa. Okay. The reason I said whoa is because I think my brain was like trying to register on how fast I was going or whatever. So. Anyways, here we go. Artificial Chaos counter. We gotta defeat the Artificial Chaos, and we gotta reach the time limit, and we gotta defeat a set number of them too. So yeah, quite a bit of an interesting challenge here. Oh, keep in mind though, guys, in the case of Sonic 2, I didn't first play that kind of game until I believe in the early 2010s or whatever. So you know, So, Sonic Adventure 2, it's not bad of a game by any means of the imagination. But I could definitely see why quite a bit of people don't really like those Sonic Adventure games. Because they are known to be pretty glitchy. Maybe not as glitchy as like Sonic 06, but it's still pretty glitchy all the same. But, you know. Alright, awesome, alright. Now I just gotta make sure I get to the gold ring that's in the time limit too, so let's... Okay, yeah, the only reason why I did that right there was just so I can, like, try to get the guest rank, but again, like I said, it doesn't matter. But it's just the gold ring is right there.
Alright.
Oh, there you are.
This is the ultimate power.
Woohoo! I mean, I still personally think I still would have gotten that, S rank, but, at least I can say I got it now. So far, so good. I don't even think I died once so far in this playthrough. But then again, I might end up jinxing myself later on. So who knows? All right. So next up is the one ring challenge. Oh boy, I think I might switch to playthrough. I think this one was really ticking me off. I think. Because, hey, you only have one ring, so that means you can't mess up. Or if you do mess up, you only really have 2 chances. In which case, yeah, right here. Okay, I swear... Oh, okay, let's go. I don't care. So, yeah, I really gotta try to watch my step here. Because, if I lose the ring, then I only have one more chance. And after that, then I'll fail. So obviously, I want to do a good job here,
Chaos control.
Oh, careful. Ooh, yeah. Woohoo! Oh. Whew. Okay, maybe it was another one of the. Maybe it was a different one ring challenge. I remember I was getting kind of mad. I don't know. I think I might have been on my on one of my PS4 playthroughs. I don't know. All I know is that the one ring challenges you really gotta watch out. Because as you all know, the Sonic tradition, Sonic, or in this case Shadow, needs at least one ring in order to stay alive, unless of course they fall into a bottomless pit. And if they fall into a bottomless pit, or get crushed or squished or whatever, then of course you'll automatically die, no matter how many rings you've collected. So but any other type of damage or whatever, it doesn't really matter. As long as you have one ring, you won't die. Basically, per Sonic the Hedgehog gameplay tradition, it's just how it is. Although I think I've seen, I think I have played some Sonic fan games here and there. Sonic fan games where where it doesn't operate like that. But again, fan games are, well, like I'm trying to say, guys. Like I'm trying to say here, official games versus fan games are completely different stories. But you can have good Sonic fan games here and there. So like here, for example, well, not really for example, but it's like here we're gonna go in against the Bio Lizard. But yeah, so like for example, like Sonic Utopia, I think I remember playing that. It's a pretty fine Sonic fan game. And I also remember the Sonic RPG and Sonic Final Fantasy series. Both by different creators, mind you. But I did do the Sonic RPG and Sonic Final Fantasy series on my channel. So yeah, so if the world doesn't want that stuff, then yeah, you should give them a watch. It's fun. So yeah, it's the Bio Lizard, Sonic Adventure 2.
Tortured soul, I will end your suffering. It's no use. You can't.
Yeah, pretty simple boss. You just gotta make sure you try not to hit its tail or anything like that. Just run away from it, all that good stuff. And when he tries to hit you with the purple balls or whatever, just jump over them, all that good stuff. Really good. And the Bio Lizard is a pretty fun boss fight.
Your energy is still unstable.
Although my first time playing the game, I didn't know you're supposed to button mash X for some weird reason. I thought you're supposed to like press X at the right time or whatever, and that's why I got my. I believe I got my first D rank. But now I know you're supposed to button mash X. But before I didn't know that. On my first playthrough, that is.
You think those will stop me?
So yeah, just gotta be really careful. And not do what I did, who was being a complete idiot, you know? So because of that, I'm probably not gonna get my S rank because it got hit there. But you know, I don't care.
I already know your weaknesses.
Also, to those who are curious, the Bio Lizard music here, it's basically us supporting me. To those who are curious. But to those who are Sonic fans, should know what it's called, though. Especially when you're someone like me who is like obsessed over Sonic, and it's basically kind of why I like Sonic more than I do with Mario. But I am still a fan of both franchises, so I've just always been more of a fan of Sonic than I am with Mario. But I still like both franchises. Like I said, both franchises are still pretty good in their own ways. Even if Sonic has more misses than hits compared to Mario.
Stop struggling. You cling to a cruel fate. I'll show you which of us is the true ultimate life force. On my way. On my way. Chaos control. Take this.
Also, by the way, yeah, you don't even have to press the button that it says to press. At least in terms of for the finishing blows wise, you don't even have to press anything. You still beat the boss. So it's kind of I don't even know why they have it there, unless they do it there for like the cool factor. But otherwise, it really doesn't matter, honestly. Excuse me, you're not making a burp there, but nonetheless, here we go. Let's continue. Now that the Bio Lizard is defeated, now that it's time to find yet another, Doom power, you know? Because, you know, it's just good stuff, you know? But yeah, and so now I believe we have access to two more zones before we go on to one of the last zones before we go to Radical Highway. But yeah, we have access to two more zones here. Oh, whoops. Okay, good. At least I didn't skip the cutscene. Because for a second there, I thought it went out the gameplay.
I would expect nothing less from my finest creation.
Finest creation? Black Doom. I destroyed you once. I will do it again.
You defeated us, but the Black Arms live on. And this temporal anomaly has accelerated my plans to revive my forces
and now.
You are not ready yet. We are not ready yet. Once you have been perfected, then we will have our reckoning.
Alright, let's find another, two. And by find, I mean 3's gonna 5. I assure you guys I'm not tired. I don't know why I'm yawning for. I promise I'm not tired. I promise. And believe me. And believe me, if I was tired, I don't think I would even be streaming this right now.
No. No.
Now it's time for the Doom, which is probably one of my favorite abilities in the game. So, kind of a shame that it's a bit underutilized. But yeah, yeah. Now like we have access to 2 zones, like I said. So I think I believe this is Kingdom Valley. If it's not that, it's from Sunset Heights. But anyway, yes, Kingdom Valley, which gets this from Sonic 06, and Kingdom Valley. It is my favorite zone in the game. There's so many different pathways to go. And it's a very fun level, and I love playing this level over and over again. You know, it's so much fun. I love it. It's a lot of fun. You know, with this kind of zone here. It's a really fun zone. I like it. And I'm not saying it because a lot of Sonic fans agrees with it. No, I believe like even before I heard people saying that. Even before then, I've always considered this my favorite zone in Shadow Generation. You know, I've always considered that. I think it's a fun zone. You have so many places to go, you know, different pathways, and it's just overall a really fantastic stage. In this case, zone. But again, I guess it really doesn't matter. Well, not really again, but you know, everyone has their own different preferences. I mean, heck, people can like Sunset Heights, you know? Which, guys, to those who don't know, Sunset Heights is from Sonic Force. So there's, to those who don't know that, then there's that.
Yeah.
Whoa, careful there, Shadow. I almost fell there.
Out of my way. Yeah.
stage. Because I believe there's one more part for Act 1. I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Okay, never mind. But we should be there. Probably sometime a little bit after this part. Yep, this is the final part. Which this right here would basically be the mock speed section in Sonic 06. This part right here would be the mock speed section. But of course, it's better because oh, there we go. I died. I actually died. Holy crap! I actually died there. Well, that's okay. Besides, it doesn't really matter anyways. We're just gonna have no lives anyways. So it really doesn't matter. Yeah. Again, this game has no lives whatsoever. It doesn't matter. So yeah, if I didn't quick step there to get the rings, yes, if it wasn't for that, oh, never mind. I think, well, maybe I should have got the A ring, but again, I don't care. Yeah, Kingdom Valley Act 2 is also pretty fun too, but again, I still prefer, but I have honorable again, but I still prefer Kingdom Valley Act 1, but Act 2 isn't too bad either. Cause I do like Act 2's music too. So it's like really fast paced. It's like really fast paced. It's fun. All that good stuff, you know. So yeah, Act 2 of Kingdom Valley. And I guess depending on the time I'm done with this stream, I might actually do a Sonic Generation. That is up next on the list of stuff for sorry, not the list, for Come&PartyWithNick. And no, guys, it is not going to be another playthrough Sonic Generation like I did last year. Instead, it's going to be where I fight all the rivals, all the bosses, and play through certain levels. But where I change the music on all those things, see if I can find music, you know, that fits, you know, properly with, you know, that fits. Or at least I think a song that I think it fits anyway. So you know, I guess it all depends on the time I'm done with the stream. But like I said, Shadow Generation is a pretty short game anyway. At least in terms if you're playing it casually. I mean, heck, if I wasn't skipping the yeah, if I was like skipping, if I was skipping, you know, scenes, then heck, probably, you know, I could be over at Chaos Island, I believe it's called. In which case, that's basically, that's basically, from Sonic Frontiers, which is my third favorite Sonic game. Sonic Frontiers, yes, that game is pretty crazy, I won't lie. The game has fair share of issues like popping and all that good stuff, but Sonic Frontiers is actually a pretty fun game, in my opinion. Yes, it has its fair share of issues, for sure. I will not deny that. But Sonic Frontiers is a pretty fun game, in my opinion. I actually find it to be a pretty fun experience. I think it's fun, you know, all that good stuff. And especially since that game contains one of my favorite, all-time favorite Sonic songs of all time, Undefeatable. You know, yeah, cause the game has Undefeatable. You know, on there. So you know, Sonic Frontiers. I mean, I didn't really give the Sonic Frontiers soundtrack all too much. But some songs I thought did stand out, like I said, Undefeatable. I still like that. I still liked it, you know? Or I should be saying I still like it, because that, saying liked would imply that I used to like it, but not anymore. But nonetheless, you know, so yeah, to those who hasn't played Sonic Frontiers, you know, hey, you know, give it a shot. You might actually like the game. Although I didn't like the Final Horizon DLC campaign or whatever it is. It's kind of more like an update, but still. So, you know. And while Sonic Frontiers, it does have a, it does have a Switch 2 Definitive Edition. It's unfortunately not a game key card, so, well, it's funny, because, like, see, it's funny, too, because they advertise it as a great thing where it contains, all of the, content that we got, the free content that we got. You know, they advertise it as a great, awesome thing where it contains, all of the free updates, but the thing of it is, if it was on an actual cartridge, then there would actually be a point into buying the Switch 2 version, aside from better performance, because, you know, the update data could have been on the card, the cartridge, you know, if you will. But since it's on a game key card, really the only thing that Sonic Frontiers Switch 2 Definitive Edition or whatever that is called. The only thing that it's good for use for is the better performance. But other than that, that's pretty much it. That's all you're getting. So I find Sonic Frontiers Switch 2 Edition to be kind of a weird, you know, release. They could have. You know, they could have at least put it on an actual cartridge. So that way, there would have been more, you know, incentive of getting the Switch 2 version of the game. Not just for better performance, because, you know, if it was on the cartridge, it would have been a more incentive to getting it. Because, you know, the content that we have now for Sonic Frontiers, all that data isn't on the disc unless you buy a disc that already has the, you know, already installed on the disc on PS4 and stuff. But other than that, there's really not much of an incentive getting the Switch 2 edition. Well, then again, so I say, and yet I'll probably get Sonic Frontiers Switch 2 edition one of these days. So I can't really be one to talk, but you know. But again, you know, like I said here, again, I would highly recommend Sonic Frontiers. It's a fun game, it's fun, and I love it. I'm just saying, you know, I just can't stress enough of. Oh, damn it. That's okay. Again, I'm not going for 100% anyway. Cause see, the reason I'm saying this, cause I was trying to get that item there for some weird reason, just so I could try to feel cool, but.
This is the ultimate power.
Oh man, I use Chaos Control the wrong time. The reason I'm saying that is because, see, the giant robots, yeah, if you use Chaos Control at the correct timing, you can use Chaos Control, so you can hold an attack on the rocks, which would allow you to go to the top pathway. But unfortunately, I didn't do that. But yeah, so basically, this right here is Sunset Heights from Sonic Forces. And yeah, the level design here is actually better than how it is in, you know, in Sonic Forces. I mean, yeah, sure, some parts are going in a straight line, but you know, but you know, because it's a Shadow Generation. Yeah, because it's a Shadow Generation, you know, it actually feels better to play. Especially knowing that you're playing an actually good game. Of course, not everybody is gonna think. Not everybody is gonna think that Shadow Generation is good. Like I said, people find, Shadow's controls, controls stiff, but not everybody can be into this kind of game. Not everybody can be into it. Not everybody. So, not everybody can be into it, and, I'm not gonna force the opinions down people's throats, I'm not that kind of person. I'm not gonna go around being all like, oh no, how dare you not like Shadow Generations. Oh no, how dare you not like this game, even though it's really fun. But oh no, how dare you? You can't believe it. Because you don't like Shadow Generations, we're no longer friends anymore. I would never do that. Because, I'm not that kind of person, I'm not the kind of person who would just go around, not wanting to be someone's friend, all because they like something that I don't like and vice versa. I'm not that kind of person, Because everybody is into different things, and, this video would be a boring place if everybody liked the same stuff. Not everybody can be into the same things, and that's just how people are. I mean, heck, there's some people out there that don't even like Mario because Mario just because they find Mario too easy, unless you're playing the lost levels. But not everybody can be into stuff. And it's not just in terms of like video games, but it's also in terms of like music, movies, food, all that good stuff. Like I said, not everybody can be into the same things, and also why did I do that? Yeah. Okay, I have very poor reflexes. Oh god. I should be like dodging some of these obstacles pretty easily. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, when I was on the Switch 2 playthrough, I think this part was kind of ticking me off a little bit. Not by much, but I think this part was kind of ticking me off a little bit. Because I was like, trying to like, do something, but I couldn't do it. Oh, that was pretty cool. I actually jumped on that grind rail, even though I almost went to my doom. And no, not Black Doom either. But yeah, I almost went to my doom there. Oh, damn. I'm not complaining now.
Alright.
Woohoo! I did it! Woohoo! I took up my S rank, despite the fact that I wasn't able to do that one shortcut from earlier, but hey, no complaints here. I got the S rank. While it is cool though that that's right, never mind. At first I was getting ready to say like it's kind of a shame that Shadow doesn't have any quotes to say on these ranks, but then again, to be fair, modern Sonic and classic Sonic no duh, but the modern Sonic didn't have rank quotes either, so there's that. But at least, Shadow has different emotions depending on the rank you get, especially rank D, where he looks at you, he looks at the player, and he's like, oh, I can't believe. Oh, so why did I do that? There's still Act 2 to go. But yeah, where Shadow, where he looks at the player, or in this case you, where he looks at the player, he's like, oh wow. That's not a good rank, or like because like I guess he like looks behind you, where he looks at you as if he's disappointed because we're getting a bad rank, so because it's not like how it is in Sonic Generations. Well, yes, they have different victory animations, but both Sonics still acting happy, even on rank D. Because at least in Sonic Unleashed, if you got like rank D, or in this case rank C on the Wii/PS2 versions of the game, if you got a C rank, then Warehog Sonic or Daytime Sonic, at least he acts happy or sad depending on the rank you get and stuff. Where I believe where I believe like where I believe like for example if you got like say a rank C up with the second death, fantastic. Even though that wasn't really my fault because I got comboed to death, but where Sonic, daytime Sonic, he goes no or whatever, or if you get a C rank, or in this case D rank on like AC versions and stuff, where Sonic where he goes, oh, can I start over? You know, that kind of thing. But again, like I said, I do want to cover a Sonic Unleashed on my channel, the Wii version specifically, but on my Wii U, I do want to cover it on my channel. And I do want to cover Sonic and the Black Knight. I do want to cover it. I don't know about Sonic and Secret Rings though, but yeah, and technically I already covered Sonic Colors. Yeah, I technically already covered Sonic Colors on my channel, specifically on Sonic Colors Ultimate. Not the original Sonic Colors, but you know. And in my opinion, the original Sonic Colors is my. Yeah, Sonic Colors, the original one, is my preferred. It is my preferred way of playing Sonic Colors. Because one, you actually have lives in the game, so dying actually matters. And two, the game is just more polished. And if you guys don't believe me, look at the differences between the Wii and Ultimate versions of basically original and Ultimate versions, and you guys will see what I mean. But you know, and I still have my copy of Sonic Colors. I still have it, you know. And so yeah, so to those who doesn't really mind lighthearted Sonic stories, then you know Sonic Colors, you might actually enjoy the game's storyline, even though it's pretty simple. You know, Eggman capturing the aliens, trying to get their hyper go on power and stuff, but you know. But yeah, if you don't mind the simple storytelling, then you might like the game's storyline, you know. Just be warned though, that there are more 2D stages than there are of 3D ones. So got an A rank, so that's cool. Doesn't matter. But yeah, Sonic Colors, and to get the S ranks, it does take some skill. And I say some because sometimes to get the S rank, you just gotta spam whatever color powers. Like for example, the Drill Wisp, where you just stay underground for a certain period of time before the timer runs out, you know, stuff like that, you know. But yeah, some of the S ranks of Sonic Colors are actually pretty hard to get. So, just that.
Thank you, Shadow.
Where did you learn to fight like that?
It must be from a point in time before the Ark disaster. Perhaps I can change their fate.
Shadow? You look grim. Are you alright?
I'll be fine. We'll all be fine. Find somewhere safe to hide. I'll take care of everything.
Alrighty, now it is time to go to that one spot. Assuming I can remember where it's at. In the world map. The reason I'm saying that is because okay, I think it's over here. But yeah, basically, yeah, my first playthrough, it took me quite a bit of a while to figure this out. The reason why I'm saying this, because see, told you I would get interrupted mid-session, so hold on a sec. Alright, sorry about that, guys. But I was trying to say was that okay? It wasn't over here. That I was stuck on, but it was in here. It was in here that I was stuck in. And the reason why I'm saying that is because on my first playthrough, like when I was over here and I was trying to like aim for all the all the targets from there, the game wasn't registering it, and that's why I was confused. So when I looked it up online and it was doing the same thing that I was doing, well, I was really confused, But yeah, I do apologize on me getting interrupted there, and I know what I said from before, but I figured that it wasn't gonna be that long of a call. So again, I do apologize on me getting interrupted mid session. I apologize. But now, as per usual, now it is time to find the the challenges. Again, so. Oh yeah, and also if you're curious on that thing with the balloons, yeah, basically you gotta find. Basically gotta like shoot them down with the chaos spears. Yeah, so that's what you gotta do. It's pretty simple stuff. Oh yeah, this one. Okay, I think it might have been this one right here that I was kind of a rough time on, especially my first playthrough. Yeah. Oh boy, I'm not the biggest fan of this one. I mean, again, I understand why they made it so hard, because again, one ring, so obviously they want the players to have a challenge. But like I said, what makes these challenges so bad compared to how it was in Sonic Generations, like I said, in order to get the key, like I said, you have to do both of these challenges. You have to do both of them if you want the key. Which I think is kind of stupid. Because say if you find one challenge, hard to do, but then the other one's pretty simple, well then tough shit, you have to do both of them. You have to do both of the... Yeah, basically what they're saying is you have to do both of the, challenges to get the, to get the key, and you're gonna like it. That's basically what they're saying. Which, in my opinion, is kind of stupid, because at least in Sonic Generations, it wasn't designed that way. In Sonic Generations, it was pretty simple, In Sonic Generations, it was just, do at least one of the challenge, one of the challenges, if you will. And if you found it too hard, then do the next one, and go on and so forth. Pretty simple stuff. So why they decided to design the game this way is beyond me. And to those who are curious, no, guys, I'm not okay. I guess it kind of is. I guess it kind of is a rant, but the thing of it is, I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad. But I'm just saying, I'm just saying, I'm not mad, but I'm just saying, I just would have rather preferred it if it was designed to where, how it was in Song Generations. I'm not mad. I'm just saying, in terms of like the overall design wise. So again, I'm not mad, but I'm just saying that's what I would have preferred it. So you've reached the goal in time. Where basically we gotta go through the. Basically, in other words, it's basically reach for the goal, but you have to finish the level within a specified time. I think I believe I'm not mistaken. I think I had kind of issues doing this one on my Switch 2 playthrough, or at least in terms of getting the collectibles. I could be mistaken, but based on what my memory serves, I believe from what I remember, this was pretty hard for me to do. In terms of getting all the collectibles wise, but I could be mistaken. But then again, so I say, and yet I did this on like my first try or whatever. So who knows? So that's one key down. Now I need to get 2 more keys I need to get. Although, just like all it is Song Generations, guys, you don't collect the key automatically. You still have to grab it manually, which is understandable. It is understandable. Hey, I can't really blame them for designing the game that way, And that's just how it is. It's just how it's designed. So there's the first key. Now it is time to get the next key. Assuming I can, find the next in terms of how to, get up there wise, It's like I'm trying to say, guys. Yeah, just bear with me. Oh wow, that was kind of funny. I like how I was still hearing that one sound effect for the thing for the Gerald's diary pages. So I like how I was still hearing that sound effect, which is pretty funny. Oh yeah, duh. Oh yeah, so this is pretty much the same thing, really. Basically another one of the minor ones. So yeah, try to do a good job here. Try not to screw up or anything like that. Just continue. Oh, what? Oh! I better get moving. Okay. Also, there's why I went that was because I was rubbing my eye a little bit. But anyway, let's continue. So anyways, I should be able to do 2 more missions after I'm done with this, because I still gotta do a couple of them for Kingdom Valley. In which case, yeah, very simple. You just gotta make sure that you touch the the dash panel thing. If you don't, then yeah, obviously you're not gonna win. You're gonna fail. So yeah, make sure you touch these. If you don't touch these, then that's bad. That's what I'm saying. Make sure you collect these. I mean, then again, I managed to do that on the first try. So really not all that hard, honestly. Pretty simple. Matter of, this is probably like the easiest one that I did throughout this stream so far. In terms of the challenges wise, but... Or, well, dash panel challenges, I should be saying, but nonetheless. Pretty easy. Alright, so let's look at the map here, see if I can see any more of them icons. Alright, so let's go over there so I can go to Kingdom Valley, so you know. Let's go over there now so we can do a couple of them challenges, and then we can fight off against the next boss. Oh yeah, I think I remember having some issues with this challenge. I might switch to plates, I think. Oh yeah, I think it was that last one that was having issues with trying to get that last item. And basically, what those items that I have been collecting are basically these things that we basically use them to open up the treasure chest. So you can unlock various music, you know, various artwork, all that good stuff. So if you're 100% completionist, so if you're a completionist, so yeah, if you are a completionist, then yeah, definitely a good idea for you to do them, you know. If you're a completionist, you know, might as well do them, you know. It's just one of those things you gotta do. Oh, it's egg gunners. I read that it's egg gamers. Don't ask why, but I read that it's egg gunners. So from where I'm sitting at. So that's a little funny. So here we gotta defeat a certain amount of enemies, or in this case 30. Oh, of course it's timed. Of course it's timed, don't surprise me. You're still gonna make sure that you know. The enemies, even if you're one-off, you're not gonna be able to beat them down. Well, otherwise, pretty simple stuff, otherwise. Yeah, really simple stuff. But I should have all three keys, which, you know. I swear, guys, I'm not tired. I swear I'm not tired, and yeah, I'm yawning all over the place. I assure you guys, I'm not tired. But anyways, like I said, guys, now that I've gotten all of them keys, now it is time for me to go against the next boss fight. And who are we gonna go against? Well, we did fought the Bio Lizard from earlier from Sonic Adventure 2. Well, now it is time to go against.
Alright.
The Metal Overlord from Sonic Heroes, you know? Also, by the way, the one I'm made of, I for this version of it anyway, I can't tell if it's like a remake or for a remix or what. But it sounds very similar. But it sounds very similar to you know, the original, based on what I can see here. Because it'll open your heart from you know, Perfect Chaos from Sonic Adventure 1, the remix Sonic Adventure. At least it had you know, like new lyrics, but over here, I can't really tell. So yeah, like I said, that's the Overlord. Now, if you want to get the S rank here, then yeah, make sure he doesn't do his tail attack. Because if he does his tail attack, then you may as well if you are a completionist and you're trying to get all S rank, well, if he does that tail attack, then yeah, you may as well restart you may as well restart you know, the battle, because you're not gonna get the S rank. So make sure that if you want the S rank, make sure he does not do his tail attack if you want the S rank. And trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Considering what I was going through, you know, considering what I was going through when I was trying to get all the S ranks on the Switch 2 version. So I know what I'm talking about here.
That power already belongs to me!
So like here, for example, he is now going to be using his tail attack. So because he's using his tail attack here, because he's going to be using his tail attack, this means that I will not be getting the S rank now. So again, like I said, if you guys want the S rank, then like I said, make sure he doesn't use his tail attack. Because again, if he uses his tail attack, you are not getting the S rank here. And don't get me wrong, this is a cool boss fight. It's really cool. But you know, compared to, you know, the Bio Lizard, I actually prefer the Bio Lizard's boss over that. But that's not to say this boss fight is pretty. It's not to say this boss is bad. Far from it. But it's just compared to, like, you know, the Bio Lizard, you know, the previous boss that I went against. I don't know why I did that, I'm an idiot. But yeah, compared to, you know, that, you know, I'm sorry, but it's just what I prefer, you know. But I do like what I'm made of, though. It is actually one of my favorite final boss of Sonic I've done. So what can I say? It's a good song. But nonetheless, I should get an A rank at least. Assuming it will even load that. Yes. So, yeah, because see, it said here I was 19 seconds off. So I believe had I would have, you know, prevented Metal Overlord from using his tail attack, I more than likely probably could have gone that S rank. But, you know, I'm not complaining here. Because, again, it's not 100% playthrough. I apologize about me repeating myself. But, you know, it's just how I am, I guess, you know, where I repeat myself quite a bit, you know. Now that the Metal Overlord boss is done, we have 2 more stages to go. And 2 more bosses, too. Because I am counting the final boss as an actual boss. So we have 2 more stages and 2 more bosses here. Or in this case, zones, but you know what I mean.
Shadow? Are you in pain?
No. I feel a connection to the symbol in the sky. It's the same tingle as my new abilities.
It is the power of Black Doom.
Grandfather?
I made a Faustian deal with that monster to create Shadow. Now it seems that we all have to pay for my sins.
So my powers, that symbol, they're all connected.
Maria's illness couldn't be treated on Earth. I could better manage her condition on the Ark, even if her family didn't like the idea. I attempted to develop the ultimate life form as a means to find a cure for Maria. My own experiments reached their frustrating limits. So when that alien warlord reached out to me and offered the miracle of chaos control, I accepted it. Through his DNA, the ultimate life form was born. Black Doom wanted me to make the perfect warrior for him, so these new abilities are all part of his. You two are linked by blood power. So does he. He will either take control of your mind and make you his ultimate weapon, or take over your body and be reborn in you.
You made me the ultimate life form, Professor. Black Doom is a fool. I'll take this power and use it as my own.
Alright, another Doom gear, Doom power to be found.
Something calls to me.
No!
Now we got the Doom. Sorry that I said it that way, but yeah, the Doom pretty good ability to have overall. Alright, so you know, anyway. Now that we have this ability, now it's time to go to the next area. The next zone, the next level, if you will, the next stage, whatever it is you guys want to call it. But yeah, very simple. Just, just make sure you turn into that Xenomorph, and, and all you have to do is just find it over here and voila. So yeah, like I said, this is this is Chaos Angel, Chaos Island. Chaos Island, I think it is, from Sonic Frontiers. So, which I believe is the third, island, or I believe it's like the third island, I believe, from Sonic Frontiers. Could be, don't quote me on that though, guys, because it's been quite a bit of a while since I like actually fully played through Sonic Frontiers. Story-wise. In terms of story-wise, it's been quite a bit of a while, So I haven't played that in a bit of a while. And also, by the way, this level right here is a little bit hard to get the S. The reason why I'm saying that though, guys, because I was kind of a bit of a I was having a bit of a rough time getting the S here on my Switch 2 account. So make sure you try the best you can to get the S rank if you're trying to go for all S ranks and stuff. Man. Well, that's okay. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get the S rank now. Now that I wasn't able to do morph into that properly, but that's okay, So yeah, we're almost done with this game, folks. Like I said, all we have is this level, a boss fight. Well, technically speaking, we have some more challenges to do, but then after that is the boss fight. And then of course, the last proper zone in the game, the proper last level, proper last level, and then of course the final boss fight, And believe me, I was having quite a bit of issues trying to get the S rank, I believe in both acts. Especially Act 2, in the final zone. What is the final zone? Well, I'll say it once we get to that. But to those who have played Sonic Adventure 2, you guys might have an idea what the last level could be. And then of course, like I said, after that level, it's the final boss, Which I do like the boss, because it uses all of your Doom abilities, except for, it uses all your abilities, that you use throughout the game, including Doom. But yeah, it uses pretty much all of your abilities. Okay, but then pretty much uses all of your abilities, the Doom abilities, and that's really cool. I like it when final bosses do that, where it uses all the mechanics that you've learned throughout the game and uses them into something awesome, into a boss fight, all that good stuff. And that's what I like about it. And that's what I like about the final boss fight here. Because like I said, I love it when games do that, and also I don't know why I did that. But yeah, I love it when games do that, I think it's really cool. Okay, that wasn't my fault there. I was trying to use a dual morph there, and while I did use it there, nothing really happened. But I'm not gonna complain, it really doesn't matter. Okay, I think I'm like getting close to the end of the level. I think. Could be mistaken though, but I believe I'm getting close to the end of the thing. Yeah, I am because I see the gold rank.
This is the ultimate.
All right. Let's see. All right, can I still get my S rank? Nope. Got an A rank. And again, I think it's because I didn't Doom morph a certain section properly. But that's okay. Like I said, that act is pretty hard. Chaos Island Act 1 is pretty difficult to S rank on. Or at least to me it is. So you guys can call it a skill issue all you guys want. I really don't care. I really don't care. But to me, I think it's nice. I think it's nice that there's a bit of a challenge here. But now it's time for Chaos Island Act 2. Which, as guys have been noticing, it's all it's 2D. So, okay, so the final level, I'm gonna say right now, the final actual level is Radical Highway from Sonic Wars 2. That's assuming I haven't mentioned it yet. But anyway, and may I add that Radical Highway is pretty difficult. For final zones, especially if you're trying to get all the S rings. Good lord. On both acts. And the reason I'm saying that though, guys, is I was really frustrated, especially on Act 1. Especially on Act 1. Or was there Act 2? I believe I was really frustrated, especially on Act 2. You know, on the Just 2 version of the game, when I was trying to get all the S ranks and all that, you know? Don't get me wrong, though. I feel like a good challenge when it comes to video games. I mean, heck, take it from someone who is a big fan of the Mega Man games. Take it from someone who loves Mega Man, you know? Unless it's like Mega Man X6 or Mega Man X7, but... And the Mega Man Zero games, but... Even then, like I said, I still am a big fan of the franchise, all the things. Not everybody can be into that kind of series, though, because again, they are hard games, and that's understandable. Not everybody is gonna want to play extremely difficult games, you know. Some people, they want to have a chill, you know, easy, breezy type of game, you know. Okay, I literally could not see. Yeah, I literally could not see that. Yeah, I literally could not see that because the camera was too zoomed out on shadow. Of course, that's my own fault there, of course. I literally could not see it. Because again, the camera was too zoomed out. Okay, I don't know why I did that, but I guess it doesn't matter. Here, when it comes to these kinds of platforms, just make sure that you jump and stuff, because if you know, I guess it depends on how the level design is presented, of course, but depending on how the level design is presented, that will determine what you gotta do, and all that good stuff. It all determines on how the level design is presented to you, and make sure you can use that to your advantage, and yeah, plus the thing's getting close to the end of the level. Alrighty. Not too bad. And I stuck on my S rank too, which I'm kind of surprised about that. Of course, not complaining though. So yeah, now it is time for us to do our final two well, technically final 4 missions, I should be saying. But wait, oh no, I lied. 6 missions. Because you know the keys. But yeah, if you guys don't know, this right here is gonna be the Sonic.
I found you.
Sonic. Now I don't understand how this makes any sense.
All places.
I mean, I'm pretty sure this was said in Sonic Wars 2, but you'll see what I mean as the cutscene goes on. It makes no sense.
Business is finished.
Yeah, sorry, but that Chaos Emerald and I have a date with a monster.
Well then, it'll be a date to die for.
Sonic Heroes reference, but that's not what I was talking about.
Nice hustle, but I won this one. So I'm taking the emerald. See ya!
Okay, so Sonic grabs that Chaos Emerald. Okay, never mind. I guess it does make sense. Never mind. I take back what I said. Because I just remembered something.
Find you. And what do I see? Sonic defeating you. What happened?
I will beat him on equal terms, or not at all.
A fine time for you to be honorable. Now he has the Chaos Emerald.
No, he has a fake emerald.
Okay, so at first, I was getting ready to say that this cutscene doesn't make any sense because, you know, if Shadow's a fake Chaos Emerald, how does modern Sonic and classic Sonic turn to Super Sonic and you know, in Sonic Generations? I was gonna say that, but then I remembered that Shadow gives Sonic the real Chaos Emerald in Sonic Generations. Because you guys remember, in Sonic Generations, there's a rival battle, and in which case, you know, Shadow, if you manage to beat him, of course, Shadow will give you the Chaos Emerald. So technically, it still makes sense. So I can't believe. So I guess it makes sense now. But just back in my first playthrough, I was wondering that, where it's like, yeah, wait, but if Shadow has the real Chaos Emerald, Sonic has the fake Emerald, how does the modern Sonic and classic Sonic turn into Super Sonic and Sonic Generations? But then it's like, oh yeah, that's right, because, you know, rival battles, so obviously Shadow gives Sonic the real Chaos Emerald, you know? So, you know, so it makes sense. When you think about it like that. So yeah, enjoy the last 6 missions that the game has to offer. Well, these, some of them are optional though, but yeah. But the reason I'm saying that though, guys, because now it is time for me to do that, where I play 6 of the challenges, unless they find one of them too hard, but otherwise. I'll be playing 6 more challenges, and then it's on to the boss fight. Then it's on to Medical Highway, and then the final boss fight, and then I'm done with the game. You know? So here we go. Let's go back to Chaos Island here. Because now it is time to do them challenges. So let's not waste too much time, and let's get ourselves started. Because we're an hour and 52 minutes in, and we're almost done with this game, folks. And I didn't even skip the cutscenes either. And it's kind of funny too, cause on my regular playthrough of it, way back when, the full story playthrough where I was showing that off on my YouTube channel. According to what I saw on that playthrough took 3 hours and 30 minutes. So I'm kind of surprised that this playthrough, it seems to me that it's probably gonna take shorter than it did of that playthrough. So that is kind of interesting. I'm not complaining though. I'm not complaining, you know. Hey, short, well, it's not really the short, the better, I guess it's really, yeah. Alright, let's continue. Let's go, woo! I hear the gold ring! Assuming Shadow will stop homing attacks and stupid stuff. Oh wow, barely got the S rank there, barely! But yeah, just barely did it, you know? All right. Yes, as I know, I need to do both challenges to get the Chaos Emerald. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I know the exact reasoning as to why they did that. Where you need 2 of the keys. And sorry, we need to do both challenges to get the key. Yeah, see, I think the reason why they designed it that way is because otherwise people would have complained that the game is too short. Even though Shadow Generation, in terms of any percent runs anyway, it's still pretty short anyway. So I think they designed it that way on purpose to you know, lengthen the you know, play time. Of course, I'm not complaining. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to extend gameplay time. Just you know, if the game is longer, then you have more gameplay time to do, you know? But yeah, not everybody, not everybody is gonna be into that, you know? Some people will prefer shorter games, you know, because, you know, they'll find it to be just overall better. Not everybody can be into that stuff, you know, and yeah, but not everybody can be into that, you know? Alright. That key is now collected. Now it is time, you know, get up there. And that's assuming I can even get up there because I'm being dumb. Ah. Okay, can I, like, please get over there? Thank you. Hmm. And I could technically change the music in this playthrough, but I'm not gonna do that for the sake of not doing it. But you know. Whoa, careful now. Yeah, cause see, the reason why I do that right there on purpose is just so I can get the S rank a little bit easier. You know. And besides, I tend to do that quite a bit in my playthroughs whenever I play this kind of game anyway. Yes, I know. I don't mean to grab the. I don't mean to touch the key right there in the game, but I accidentally do it anyway. Alright, this I should be able to do, hopefully no problem, but I guess we'll see. So I said, yet I still got hit by them anyway, so what do I know?
This is ultimate power.
Okay, that was actually kind of satisfying. What is like bum 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 bum. Alright, so now it is time for one more of the, okay, right over there. I was just looking for the, okay, well, I guess I could go over there, but it's actually, you know, the closest, so I may as well. May as well go over there now. Wait, what the? Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, Space Colony Arc. Okay, never mind. I was getting ready to say, wait, didn't I already do this? Well, clearly I didn't, because the best record doesn't even show any numbers. Okay, I was wondering what was going on there. But yeah, basically defeat 50 enemies or more within the time limit. Pretty simple stuff. And I think it's kind of hard to, you know, make a timer run on it anyways, because, yeah, in case you guys have been noticing this as a pattern here, the time limit that they give you, you know, on these are pretty generous. Yeah, as you probably have noticed by now, the time that they give you here, it's pretty generous that they give you. I mean, I'm not complaining, you know, but it's just the amount of enemies they get to defeat. Well, it's not really an issue either, but you just gotta pay attention. So if you haven't defeated the enemies or what have you, then you might have to go back depending on the challenge, because I believe some of these challenges they don't give you. I believe some of these challenges they don't allow you to go back anyway. So, but now it is time for more Space Colony Arc. This challenge here, where we gotta use the power of chaos control. You know, that's what we gotta do. Slow down, well, to make time, you know.
Alright. Chaos control!
I should be able to do this no problem. You know, this chaos control. In other words, this one right here is basically, this basically, in other words, is basically reach for the goal, type of thing. I mean, granted, you can argue that's how it is on pretty much all of these, but you know what I mean. Alright, not too shabby. It's pretty simple.
Let's do this.
Look, what do you mean, let's do this? We already ended it. We already ended that shadow. So what do you mean? Let's do this. When we already finished the level. I mean I get it. He said that because that's one of his lines that he says when you know, when his chaos control gauge is all the way filled up, along with all right, but you know, still kind of funny. So anyway, instead of being said, now it's time to go on to our next boss fight. Now that we have all 3 keys. So now that we have all 3 keys, now it's time to go underground again. And actually, now that I think about it, I think that might be a reason as to why that playthrough took 3 hours and 30 minutes, because I believe I was trying to find, you know, you know, this area right here, couldn't find it. I think that could have been why it was taking a bit of a while for me to find them. Or trying to find it, but... Oh crap! I forgot. No wonder why that's there. I forgot. Yeah, because here they want you to find 4 keys, I think, instead of 3. Oh damn! Well, that explains why that's even there. It's funny, which is kind of funny in itself, because yeah, that's kind of funny in itself, though, because I believe the others were only like 3 keys. We're only like 3 keys, and now it's 4 instead. Now, don't take this as a complaint. It's really not a complaint. It really is not a complaint. It really is. But again, I think we only did that to extend gameplay time. you know, to make the game longer. Because like say, like if it was only like say, because if it was like only say, like say,
isn't it?
If it was only like say one key and that was it, or if it was like one key per zone or whatever, yeah, then there would be complaints that the game is too short, which doesn't really matter anyways, because you know, on any percent, because you know, because on any percent runs, yeah, the game is still pretty short. Like, I was as far as it's probably even shorter than Sonic Generations. You know, yeah, it's probably even shorter. But I guess it gets to complain too much though, because it's Kingdom Valley. But you know, but again, I think that's the only reason as to why they did that. But I'm not complaining though. So here, you just gotta make sure that you press L1 or R1. You know, from the controller. Make sure here that you, yeah, make sure that you press them onto the boxes. Because if you don't do that, if you don't do that from those boxes, then you know, you're not gonna break them. And this challenge right here is probably one of the harder challenges. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's still not like hard or anything like that, but it is probably still one of the harder ones. But it is still kind of easy, but it is probably still one of the harder ones, regardless of such. Because you still have to, you know, pay attention to the boxes or whatever, and make sure that you destroy them, you know? But with that being said, though, one more. Okay, so when I said 6 challenges, I guess I lied. Apparently, it's actually 8 challenges. Apparently, because yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8. You know, 2 for each key. I guess I lied. Oh yeah, this right here is probably one of my favorite challenges in the game too. Even though this one is a bit of a, it's also pretty challenging too. The reason I'm saying that though, guys, because I believe when I switched to playthrough, I was having quite a bit of problems, quite a bit of issues trying to get the amount of rings that I needed. Because it says here that you need. Because it says here that you need 100 rings here. Now, despite this being one of the harder challenges in the game here, despite it being like one of the harder ones, this challenge is still pretty fun. It's still fun. Don't get me wrong, guys. Yeah, so don't get me wrong, guys. Just because something is hard doesn't automatically mean it's bad game design. You know, far from it, in fact. Yeah, just because something is, hard or challenging or whatever doesn't mean it's automatically bad, you know? Because again, I like Mega Man, and those games are known to be really, 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 really difficult. And I agree, they are difficult. But they can be pretty fun, you know. It's kind of fun, you know, learning the different patterns of the bosses, and then you get their, weapons, and then you get to use said weapons to discover their weaknesses, you know. Although of course, not all Mega Man games are designed that way. Like Mega Man Battle Network and Mega Man Star Force as an example, because those games are more so RPGs, right? Yeah. See, they are more so RPGs. But you know, and I don't know how it is in Mega Man Legends, but you know, and that's the kind of thing when it comes to Mega Man games, though. Those games are pretty heavily, but those games are criticized for, you know, being similar to each other, which I don't really blame them. Because when you play the original, like the original 8-bit classic Mega Man games, they're pretty simple. They have the similar graphics and all that kind of stuff. And then when you play the Mega Man X games, the first two X games look pretty much the same visually, along with the PS1 Mega Man X's, you know, all that. So you know. And you want to get technical Mega Man 9 and 10, but I digress. But now it is time to go to our boss. For real this time. For real this time. So, where are we going to go again? Well, if you haven't paid attention to that black goo, whatever stuff we have been going on, well, the boss we're going to go against should give you a clue from that. But in case you guys haven't gotten the hint, we are going to be going against Mephiles from Sonic 06. And this boss is actually pretty fun too. So in terms of my least favorite boss in the game of Shadow Generations, I'll go as far as say it's the Metal Overlord. But even the Metal Overlord is not bad of a boss either. Metal Overlord is still a fun boss. But I would kind of understand why some people don't like this boss, since it is kind of mostly jumping around with the black goo or whatever, and trying to avoid black doom and stuff, or some Mephiles, sorry. And while it is kind of a shame that the voice actor is not Dan Green like how it was in Sonic 06, but this person, I think his name is Robbie something. And basically, the person that voices Mephiles in this game, he is voiced by the person who played as Goro Akechi from Persona 5, Persona 5, and Persona 5 Royal. He also voiced as Hubert from Fire Emblem Three Houses. Those who are curious.
The ultimate game of Shadow Tag.
Yeah, those are curious. Yeah, those are curious. Yeah, that's who voice actor is. He voices as those characters, you know. And I'll go as far as say that based on what I've been hearing from him, he is a pretty good voice actor. And I can tell he has a lot of fun with the roles that he's been on. I mean, I still prefer Dan Green's voice. Don't get me wrong. I still prefer Dan Green over the person who voice acted Mephiles in Shadow Generations here. But that's not to say his voice is bad. I mean, I don't really think the voice fits him all too well. But at the same time, I don't think it's that bad. Yeah, I think the person that voices him in this game, it's not too bad, but again, I still think Dan Green is better. Because to those who are curious, the person, those who are curious, Dan Green is basically the person who, of course, also voice acted as, Knuckles and Storm. At least in the era at the time. Yeah, so at least in the era, anyway, that's who Dan Green voiced. In terms of the Sonic franchise-wise, he voiced. Okay, what the heck? Well, hey, at least I managed to hit him there, but again, that was odd. But
This is the ultimate power.
Okay, why? Okay, I don't know what's going on. Usually, when I take down, when I fight Mephiles, I can. Yeah, usually I can take him down, no problem. Like that. But anyway.
There is no future for you. Ever.
Oh, we took out the S rank. Okay, nice. But yeah, we're almost done with the game, folks. We just had Radical Highway, both Acts 1 and 2, and then the final boss fight, and we're done. And then we're done. Yeah, this is honestly turned out to be a pretty good stream, because yeah, sure, I did die so it's like I don't know, several times throughout this playthrough, but you know, it doesn't matter. You know, I'm pretty satisfied so far. But I am expecting to die a lot though for when I go with for Radical Highway, both Acts 1 and 2, simply because Radical Highway Acts 1 and 2 are pretty challenging. Even when you use the Doom wings, which yes, both acts of Radical Highway is actually beatable without the Doom wings.
Don't be frightened.
The promised time is nigh upon us, Shadow. Soon, you will be mine.
Shadow will never serve you. He's nothing like you.
Gerald may have given him this unassuming form, but the blood of the Black Arms flows in his veins. He is a warrior, a destroyer.
Yes, the warrior that will destroy you.
I have learned from our last encounter. There will be no mistakes this time. Struggle all you want. You will be mine.
Professor, what do you think he means he learned from our last encounter?
I surmise you defeated him at some point in the future. He's grown.
That's kind of a
in
dumb
your
question.
body.
Okay, maybe it's not that dumb, but like,
Nature of time in white
it's just the
space
way
to
Gerald said
accelerate
that.
his
But like,
plans for
it's like I'm Shadow. You already fought him before.
No more
It's in the
mistakes.
Shadow Death Rock game, no
This
less.
time, I will crush
Well, then
every
again,
last
that was like
one
only
of them.
their appearance.
Shadow,
Like,
no!
main. Well, sorry.
Maria?
It breaks my heart to see you so full of anger. This isn't who you are. Do you know why I named you Shadow? Because without light, there's only darkness. But a shadow will show you where to find the light. Do you understand? I don't want you to be driven by darkness. I want you to be happy. Stand in the light with peace in your heart.
But yeah. Basically here it confirms that Maria named him Shadow. Yeah, so yeah, basically confirms that Maria named him that, which is pretty nice. All things considered. Now it is time to get our last Doom power of the game, and it's pretty overpowered. But that's to be expected. Yeah, it's pretty overpowered. And basically it's the Doom wings, since I believe I was bringing that from earlier. And also, yes, guys, there are separate ranks for the stages for both winged Shadow and wingless Shadow. So yeah, take that as what you will.
Something calls
And
to
the reason I'm
me.
saying that though, guys, because I was having a lot of issues trying to beat Radical Highway Acts 1 and 2 without the Doom Wings, trying to get the guest rank. That's the other reason I'm saying it.
No! No!
So you have the Doom, well, technically Doom Wing, but I still prefer calling it Doom Wings because, you know, because it's two wings instead of one. Unless it's like Sephiroth, where it only has one wing. I mean, I'm joking, but anyway.
the power.
So like I said, pretty overpowered ability, in the regular levels anyway. But you know, pretty useful though.
You cannot deny me, Shadow. You are finally complete. Come, face me. I shall claim you, mind, body, and soul, and become the perfect being.
It is time.
I'm sorry I put you on this path, Shadow. But I'm proud of how you have walked it. I believe in you, son.
Shadow!
It's all right, Maria. I'm letting go of that destructive anger. But I will continue to fight. Fight with your wish in my heart. Your wish for everyone to have a chance to be happy.
Alright, now it is time to get started for the Radical Highway.
Nothing can stop me from reaching that eye now.
Although I'll admit the song that's playing right now is kind of annoying a little bit. The reason I'm saying that is because I was hearing that song quite a bit when I was trying to figure out where certain stuff was when on the Switch 2 playthrough. I mean, you know, because like I think the music of the song's only like 1 minute long or whatever. I think the song's only like 1 minute long, or I don't know. But either way, I found the song a little bit cool. So while I technically could play this stage without the wings, just to make things easier for myself, I'm gonna use the wings. Although it does get kind of annoying though, because there's a certain scene that you cannot skip. Basically, so, oh, I'll behold, with this power or whatever, which eventually got old. And also, the reason why I went that way, because I kind of want to show off, because I don't think I showed it off. But basically, right here, yeah, go over here that way, and yeah, I just wanted to show it off. Kind of a good thing I went that way, because I received an item from that, so. Yeah, that's right here.
I'll overcome every obstacle.
Yeah, so basically you can't skip that, so if you're trying to get the S rank here, that gets kind of annoying, or at least when you're trying to do with the wing shadow, if you're doing with the wingless shadow, then I don't think that triggers. But I don't think it triggers. But it does get kind of annoying though. When you're trying to get the S rank and you do it over and over again, and you can't even skip it. And that's why, and that's another reason why I don't really play the shadow Sonic Movie 3 DLC. For that reason, because I think it's like a minute or whatever of like cinematics instead of like interacting with the game. But I understand why they made the DLC when they did, because again, it was to promote the Sonic Movie 3. And to those who have not watched the Sonic Movie 3, please do yourself a favor and actually watch the movie, because even if you're not a Sonic fan, you might actually enjoy the movie. You actually might enjoy it. So yeah, you might actually enjoy it, you know? Well, and also, you know, Shadow, I think he like jumps a little higher with the Doom wings as well. So yeah, make sure you use that to your advantage. Because again, I think he jumps a little bit higher. If ever so slightly. Yeah, see, don't get me wrong, this is not a bad stage. This is not a bad stage by any means. This is not a bad stage. But yeah. And also, I guess since it's there, I should have mentioned it from the start. But yeah, this stage, yeah, Radical Highway, both Acts 1 and 2, yeah, they pretty much disabled the chaos control. Which makes sense, because it makes sense. Because you're gonna understand, that's how it was whenever Black Doom was taking you to Radical Highway here throughout the previous levels in the game. So it makes perfect sense as to why your chaos control is disabled during these levels. Well, that and plus I think well, I forgot what I was going to say originally. But nonetheless, yeah. Yeah, I know for a fact that I was having quite a bit of issues here. Yeah, and also, yeah. Yeah, just to show it off, you know, just to show it off, I'm going to show you why. Because, like, here, see, that, for example, is what I mean. So, see, because I think there's something hidden that way. So, yeah, if you go there, I'm going to do this just to prove a point. Yeah, and part of it, yeah, I can see a lot of that doesn't help. When you go over here, yeah, the game mechanics don't even work. And the game mechanics don't even work. And then you fall to your death. And then that's basically where one of the items were at. And that's why I wanted to show it off. You know, just to show you guys some of the issues here. And then, yeah, if you want to go over here, oh, wow, that was a very interesting jump. But, yeah, also, I think there was, well, it doesn't matter now, but, yeah. And the reason I want to show that off is because I was having issues with that on my Switch 2 playthroughs when I was playing that, on that part.
Unleash the power!
So I already know I'm not getting the S rank, but it doesn't matter. But you know. Oh yeah, and you also got to be careful as well. And don't do what I did, but yeah. So yeah, don't do what I did. And also, there was yeah. I was pretty much stuck there. There was nothing I could do about that. So yeah, that's what kind of makes it kind of bad in itself at times. Because you gotta watch your boost meter when you're the wing shadow, because okay, that wasn't my fault. See that's what I mean. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. They expect you to use the Doom shadow. The winged shadow, you know, the Doom wings here there. They want the players to use that there, and I was using that there, and I was trying to go onto that platform, but instead of doing that, nothing was happening. And believe me, if you think that's bad as the winged shadow, then believe me, it gets worse when you're doing it on the wingless shadow. Because, get this, you need to make sure you have a lot of rings, as well as you're fast. when you're trying to get the S rank here. And I'm not kidding. You speed really fast, and you need to hold a lot of rings. And the reason why I'm saying that, guys, is because like one moment, I think I got like I got an A rank or something when I reach a certain time frame. But then on that same exact time frame, I had less rings than before, and I got a worse rank. So yeah, if you want to get the S rank, make sure that you beat the stage fast, and make sure you collect it. And see, so now there you go. Now you saw the D rank there. But that's what but yeah, now in case people in the chat and /or in the comments going around saying, oh, Video Game 96, stop ranting. You're having skill issues. Okay, yeah, I agree. It is kind of a skill issue, kind of, yeah. But I'm not really complaining, nor am I angry. I'm just saying, in the grand scheme of things, Radical Highway. I mean, yes, I understand why they made it so hard as well. It's the final level of the game, so I understand why they made it so hard. I understand why they made it so difficult. But trust me, if you guys think that the wing shadow for the game is terrible here, it's worse when you're the wingless shadow. Especially when you're trying to, get the, the rings and gain whatever time. Because I learned in this level I learned in this level you can actually bypass, I believe, like one of the giant robots or whatever that the game throws at you. And also that was not my fault there in terms of design, because as you guys, I was looking back at the footage and there was nothing I could do to dodge that. And here's why I'm saying that though, guys. I could have slid, but guess what? If you slide, you're not dodging that. You're not dodging that. The only way you're gonna dodge that is if either one of the two wings or two you go to the wall right there. But I was looking back at the footage just to prove a point. And there was nothing there. There was nothing there. So therefore, I had no choice. It was a fault of my doom. Because like I said, I just proved a point. I'm gonna slide. Yeah, see? There's nothing to do to dodge that. You can't dodge that. That's bad game design. And also, guys, again, I'm not mad. Far from it. Despite my voice being the way it is. I assure you guys, you can't dodge that. You can't. There's nothing you can do. Well, like I was trying to say from earlier, I learned, I think it's either this one right here or the one that comes after. But you can actually avoid the mini boss here in this stage. Yes, you can actually avoid it. You can actually avoid it here. You can actually avoid it, which is actually kind of cool in the grand scheme of things. But unfortunately though, they thought it was a cool idea to design the game to where unfortunately they thought it was a good idea to design the game pretty badly. And for that right here. And like I'm trying to say here, that's kind of what makes it bad in some instances. I believe, okay, so from what I can see here, from what I can see here, it's after. Yeah, so from what I can see here, so from what I can see here, I believe it's, oh, no, wait. No, wait, never mind. Never mind. Yeah, because those robots are there, are the gun robots, the gun robots are there. Yeah, I think, see, there was nowhere I could go, and, that's what makes it kind of bad game design. And because the guy was the perfect idea to where there is no shortcut, or not a shortcut, but because the guy was the perfect idea to where they don't put a checkpoint after the boss, that means that if you die, sorry for making my voice go high pitched. I don't even make my voice all high pitched. But yeah, so that means that if you die after the mini boss here, you have to redo the mini boss. which in my opinion is bad game design. It's bad game design. It should be designed to where after the mini-boss here, they count it as a checkpoint. So this way the players will have an easier time, and the players don't have to, redo that. The checkpoint should be before that. The checkpoint should be sometime on that little roof, whatever thing that I was, that I was on from previously, Like here, for example, like I just did, you can actually skip it. So I guess technically speaking, you get the idea. So, like I'm trying to say, I'm not trying to say that just because I die in a video game, it automatically makes it bad game design. But when you have nowhere to go, but to go to your doom, you have nowhere else to go, and if you can't dodge certain attacks in certain ways, and they don't put a checkpoint after a boss or mini boss or whatever, again, that's bad game design in my opinion. That's bad game design, Yeah, at least in my opinion, that's bad. I mean, let me know what you guys think in the comments, guys. Yeah, but let me know what you guys think in the comments, guys. Let me know what you guys think. But again, in my honest opinion, I personally think it should be designed to where it should be possible to dodge. Everything. Attacks should not be undodgeable. Etc. Etc. Attacks should not be undodgeable. All attacks should be possible to dodge. All that good stuff. Because otherwise, if it's not possible to dodge certain attacks, that's what makes it bad game design, In my opinion, it's bad. Well, at least I got a C rank here. Not like how it was from earlier, but I got a D rank, so I'll give myself that. But again, I kind of wish some stuff was better designed in some capacities. Mainly in the final zone in the game. The final level. But again, I gotta understand why they designed it so hard. The way they did. But, yeah. Now, I do apologize for the bit of a rant there. I do apologize. I don't mean to rant. I really don't mean to rant. But I honestly think, Radical Highway is probably like one of the worst levels in the game. Yeah, sure. Again, I understand why they made it so hard. Yeah, but they expect so much from the players. Again, I understand why. But again, the Wingless Shadow is pretty hard. Then all both of them. Anyway. But now that we are onto the final boss fight, let's have some good fun, and we'll see how things go from here.
Forever.
So I guess technically I probably could have beaten it a little bit by now if I would have found that one, if I would have known without or whatever earlier. But you have to double do. But all kidding aside, yeah. So like I said, this is the final boss. And what I like about this final boss is, like I said, it basically uses all of your Doom abilities that you learn throughout your journey, and you use them against him, and that's what I like about this boss. It's a really fun fight. It's really fun. It's a really fun fight overall. And I hope more Sonic games. And I hope more Sonic games do this. Where they use your abilities from there. I don't really count Sonic colors, because well, yeah, they do. You have all the color, all the width. You don't actually necessarily use the width powers, but But again, this boss fight is pretty fun, and like I said, it's cool. They use all your abilities. They use all your abilities that you learn throughout the game. It's really good. It's fun. And again, I hope more Sonic games do this. But yeah, you use your Doom Syrup at the start. You use the Doom More for the second phase. And then you use the Doom, you know, yeah. I think technically speaking, you don't necessarily probably use all of them, because I don't think you use the Doom here. But otherwise, you use pretty much most of them. Otherwise, but you know, I still like this boss fight. It's really, really fun. And heck, I even did this boss fight where I basically played Undefeatable from Sonic Frontiers. In matter of, I think this was the first boss where I did the kind of thing from, you know. Yeah, I think this was the first one that I did of that type. So you know, take that what you will, guys. But yeah, once you know what you're doing, this boss fight is pretty fun. It is pretty fun, you know, when you know what you're doing. Because this boss fight has two phases. Well, three if you count. Three. Yeah, see, it's three if you count. You know, after. Okay, that instrument design wasn't my fault right there, thankfully. But yeah, again, this boss fight is pretty fun. And also, yeah, like I'm trying to say here, guys, just because I died in a game, I don't automatically say it's bad game design just because I die in a game, you know? Because I die in a video game, I don't automatically say, oh, that's bad game design, that's bad. No. I'm not that kind of player, you know, just because I die in a game. But, you know, however, it is bad game design, though, however, if like, say, a game mechanic does not work, and you die from that, then yeah, that's bad game design right there, because if the game mechanic, the game mechanic that is supposed to be designed the way it is, and if it doesn't work, then you die because of it. Again, well, that's bad game design right there. Because, you know, when you have a game mechanic on there, you expect it to work. Because it's like Sonic 06, for example, where the ring dash doesn't work, because, you know, it uses X as the same thing as the stomp. So, like I said, you know, just because I die in a video game, like I said, doesn't mean I say it's bad game design, you know. But overall, like I said, I still like this boss fight. You know, it's challenging, and for the most part, it is a pretty fair boss. Yeah, it is a pretty fair boss for the most part. It does have some bullshit elements here and there in the boss fight. Overall, it is a pretty good boss fight overall. Again, some bullshit, especially in this particular phase where he tricks you with the laser, but even then that's not really bad game design. That's just tricking the player. You know. Like here, for example, I don't think I destroyed enough of the blue stuff with L1 and R1, so because of that, I think, so like I said, I don't think I destroyed enough of the blue stuff. Okay, I like how it said hold X, but I didn't even need to do that. So what is even the point in that? But again, like I said, for the most part, it is a pretty fun boss fight. Again, well, not really again, but the only thing I like about this boss fight, is that he tricks you, but other than that, I think it's pretty fun. I mean, yeah, then again, I guess I technically lied too, because the morph balls sometimes, but, you know, I can look past that.
Not be stopped.
But I still like this final boss fight, though. It's fun. And it's probably one of my favorite bosses in the game. Along with, you know, the Bio Lizard. So yeah, despite the complaining here and there, especially on Radical Highway, I still think this is a pretty good stream overall.
You cannot deny what you are. We are one and the same.
Shadow Hedgehog. This is the destiny I choose. Now, to end this!
I crafted everything up till now. And yet, you deny me! Shadow,
Okay, yeah, I'm satisfied with the A rank. I'm satisfied. Alright, so yeah, now that the game is done, enjoy, you know, the final cutscene or what have you, you know. So again, despite the complaining, especially over Radical Highway, I still had a lot of fun throughout the stream, you know. And again, well, like I'm trying to say, I do apologize if my ranting got kind of annoying. But Radical Highway does kind of frustrate me. It does frustrate me a little bit. But anyways, enjoy the cutscene. I'll stop talking until the credits roll. Starting now.
Nice work. Perfect timing, too. Sonic is getting ready to confront the monster that trapped us here. If I'm going to switch the emeralds without him noticing, we have to do it now.
Very well. I leave it to you.
Okay, I'll take care of it. Aren't you coming? He might need your help.
I need to settle something first.
Whatever.
Shadow? I knew you could do it.
Maria!
I'm okay. Really.
Professor, what's happening?
Without Black Doom's influence, the time anomaly is beginning to heal. We are returning to our own point in time.
I'll stop Rouge. Use Chaos Control. Stop this moment in time.
Shadow? No. I don't want to be frozen in one place in time. Besides, your friends need your help.
But you don't know what's going to happen.
I know I'll see you again. And if fate draws us apart, I will always be in your heart.
Maria. Wait.
But yeah, that'll do it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Say applies to you too, Nick. Come party with Nick. And also, by the way, I will not skip the credits here. To make it extra special. But what coming up next, I believe, is Sonic Colors Ultimate, but where I played the game on the original soundtrack. And I'm gonna double check just for the sake of check. I'll even check just for the sake of checking. So I'm gonna check right now. Yes. Up next is Sonic Colors Ultimate, where I played through the whole game, but on the original soundtrack. Now, I still don't know if I'm gonna like show off the cutscene, just make it extra special, or if I'm just gonna skip the cutscene. But what I do know is when it gets to the credits, I'm skipping the credits because the credits is way too long. Because if you thought like 10 minutes or whatever, actually, just to prove a point, I'm gonna go to Sonic Colors credits just to prove a point. Because the original Sonic Colors, yeah, if you thought 13 minutes, or technically almost 14 minutes was bad of credits, well, in the Ultimate version, because they also have to credit the new people who worked on it, yeah, it's 29 minutes, 21 seconds, or in this case, 30 minutes, almost 30 minutes long, so, yeah, when I do Sonic Colors Ultimate, I am for sure not going to be showing you guys the credits. No. I already showed that off earlier on the Sonic Colors Ultimate Full Story stream or whatever. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this live stream. If you guys enjoy watching my streams, click the like button. If you guys want to subscribe to the channel, subscribe. If you guys want to subscribe to the channel, because someone's going to do the video, subscribe and click the bell icon, so that way you guys will know when I'm doing a video, and we will go on from there. And let's see who is all streaming. I don't think I'm gonna find anybody worth rating today. But for the sake of it, I'm gonna do the best I can. So I'm gonna do the best I can. Okay, yeah, oh. Okay, it doesn't like good raid Cobra because he's doing Persona 3 Reload. But the reason why I'm laughing is because, Cobra, cause it says right here, to floor 69 members or something like that. So literally it's a funny number. But yeah, I don't think I have anyone else to raid. Then again, actually, now that I think about it, I think I might have raided Cobra last time. Now that I think about it, yeah, I think I did. So yeah, actually, yeah, I'm not gonna raid Cobra. A matter of I don't think I'm gonna do that. I don't think I'm gonna raid anybody. So yeah, like I said, if you guys enjoy watching, so anyway, so to those who enjoy watching my guys' streams, like I said, click the like button. If you guys want to subscribe to your channel, subscribe. If you guys want to subscribe to your channel, but you guys want to stream or doing a video, subscribe, click the bell icon, so that way you guys will know when I'm streaming or doing a video, and we will go on from there, folks. So, yeah. But yeah, sometime after the credits are done rolling, I'm gonna end off the stream here. And wait, what the? Oh, no, sorry, I lied. Sonic Colors Ultimate is not up next. Sorry about that, guys. The real next game I'm gonna be covering is Sonic Generations. That's what I meant to say. Sorry, Sonic Generations. I'm an idiot. Besides, I'm pretty sure I mentioned that earlier in the same stream. But basically, it is not going to be a full playthrough. Because like I said before, I'm going to be playing through all the bosses and rivals on hard mode. which also includes the Time Eater. Each boss, I will change the music to what I think is the most fitting for each boss, or rival too. And I'll also be playing on Chemical Plant, Speed Highway, City Escape, and Rooftop Run with different music to what I think is the most fitting song for the stages as well. And also, by the way, too, guys, I'm not gonna be playing as both Sonics when it comes to the regular stages wise, because what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be playing the modern Sonic versions of those stages. That's what I mean. I'm still gonna be doing the Death Dig Robot and Metal Sonic, despite playing as a classic Sonic. So But overall, I had a lot of fun doing this kind of game. Right now, I had a lot of fun doing it, and yeah. So like I said, that's what we're doing next time. It's gonna be Sonic Generations. Again, not Sonic Colors Ultimate, Sonic Generations. But again, it's not gonna be a full playthrough. And so anyways, that's what I'm gonna be doing. And I'm gonna be doing that tomorrow, guys, because I would love to do it. Like after the stream is over, I would love to. But I'm not gonna be doing that because it's already late as it is. It's 9:18. I almost said in the morning. It's 9:18 p.m. Central Time, and I don't want to risk upsetting my neighbors or anything like that. So because of that, I'm gonna wait until sometime tomorrow. And then maybe I'll do Sonic Colors Ultimate as well. Because, the reason I'm saying that though, guys, is because, because after I'm done with Sonic Generations, tomorrow, then I'll have 3 more segments. So that's what I have planned. That's what I have planned, That's what I have planned. Also, I already looked it up too, guys. Apparently the credits is supposedly 8 minutes long, even though the credits here feel longer. Other than that, but that's because I don't know. But yeah, so technically speaking, I beat the game shorter than I did my original stream playthrough on this. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I already said the stuff. So anyways, guys, this is Video Game Fan 96 signing off, and I'll see you guys next time whenever I feel up to it. More than likely tomorrow, though. But until next time, Video Game Fan 96 is out of here. Bye, everyone. See whenever I feel up to it. More than likely tomorrow, and well, peace out, everybody. Peace out.